What a debate that was. The ABC 27 U.S. Senate debate watched across the country. Whether Bob Casey or Dave McCormick wins, this race could tip the balance of power in Washington. Sarah Wilson is here with full coverage tonight. Sarah.
Alicia, this was an aggressive but relatively civil debate, one with two very different candidates and ideas of what the Commonwealth would look like under their leadership. McCormick painting himself as an outsider, Casey saying he has a track record that proves Pennsylvanians should give him a fourth term. The topics were debated, but it was often the attacks that took center stage.
Gentlemen, we thank you very much.
It started with a handshake, and then the knives came out.
And he Punxsutawney Bob pops his head out every 6 years and tries to act like he's doing things.
He invested his own money, millions of dollars, in a website that platforms hate, Holocaust denial, and anti-Semitism.
The chaos in the Middle East up first. Both men saying right now they would not put U.S. troops on the ground. Both also agreeing Israel has a right to defend itself.
It's the closest ally in the Middle East. It's the closest ally, one of the closest in the world. The problem is that we haven't been standing enough with Israel.
We've got to back up Israel and make sure that Israel has the resources it needs to fight against the Iranians.
Neither mentioning Palestine or the crisis in Gaza. Immigration, also a major topic. McCormick saying we have an open border, blaming Biden and Bob Casey.
Absolutely, we need to send them home. We need to deport first and foremost those convicted criminals.
We don't have the resources at the border that we need. If we want real border security, we've got to invest in it. We've got to invest in hiring thousands more Border Patrol. That's in the bill that I voted for twice this year. The bill that my opponent opposes because the leader of his party said don't support it.
Casey and McCormick also acknowledging the fentanyl crisis, but pointing fingers at who's to blame.
Prices are too high.
By far the most important issue to Pennsylvanians, the economy, with over 50% putting it as their top concern. Casey calls it greedflation. McCormick calls it nonsense.
Bob Casey doesn't understand how the economy works. That's why he's trying to do all this economic voodoo stuff with price controls.
Big corporations rig those prices and jack them up to levels we've never seen, all while they were getting record profits.
McCormick also saying he's in support of extending tax cuts, believing they would benefit middle-class families. As for abortion, an originally pro-life Casey now clarifying his stance.
I don't support Republican efforts to ban abortion across the country.
Casey says he supports Roe v. Wade, which has reasonable restrictions. McCormick says abortion should be up to the states and that he believes in exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the mother.
You know, I think it's important that voters decide. The voters in these different states have to decide what's best for them. They have different preferences, different desires.
When talking about the environment, both say they're in favor of reopening 3 Mile Island.
Include nuclear. We've got a strong nuclear base in Pennsylvania.
McCormick slamming Casey for energy policies he supported.
What the Democrats have done and Bob Casey's voted for has been the most idiotic energy policy I've ever seen.
But the topics ranged well beyond partisan politics, often leading to personal attacks. McCormick's residency brought up multiple times.
It may not be in grocery stores in Connecticut, but it's happening here.
Listen, I've spent the majority of my life in Pennsylvania. I did run a firm in Connecticut. When I said I was living in Pennsylvania, I was.
Perhaps the one thing both candidates completely agree on.
And this race is very clear. There's as clear a contrast as you could get.
This is the most important election of our lifetime. Our country is in trouble. Our Commonwealth is in trouble.
Casey also went after McCormick and his time as CEO of Bridgewater Associates. McCormick doing the same to Casey, but with economic policies, more specific ones that were discussed. Alicia, look, this was a 60-minute debate. There's only so much we can fit in about a 4-minute story, but we do have a full recap on our website, abc27.com.
You got a lot in there. Sarah, thanks so much.